Is teamLab Planets Tokyo really worth the hype? If you're planning a trip to Japan, you've probably seen this place everywhere. Walking through the water with digital koi fish, rooms filled with thousands of lights, and an entire garden of floating orchids. But is teamLab Planets actually worth visiting? Or is it just one of those places that looks better on Instagram? We recently visited teamLab Planets in June 2026, and in this video, we'll show you the full experience, the rooms we enjoyed the most, a few things you should know before coming, and how we booked our tickets. So let's dive right in. Getting to teamLab Planets is pretty easy. We took the Eureka Mome line to Shin-Toyusu station, and teamLab Planets is basically right across the road. You can come along via Toyusu station and walk from there. Once you're inside, you'll head to the lockers and leave your shoes and belongings because the first section is completely barefoot. And yes, you are actually going to walk through water. We'd recommend wearing comfortable shoes and keep in mind that several rooms have mirrored floors, so skirts and dresses might not be the most comfortable option. Once you're barefoot, the experience begins. The water area was probably where teamLab Planets started feeling completely different from a normal museum. You move between the rooms through the dark passages, so you really don't know what's waiting around the corner. One of the first big reveals is the infinite crystal universe. There are lights everywhere, and because they are surrounded by mirrors, it's almost impossible to tell where the room actually ends. This is obviously one of the best places for photos, but it looks much better when you're standing inside it, and the lights are constantly changing around you. And from there, things get even more immersive. Walking through the water with koi was one of our favorite parts. You're walking through knee-deep water while digital koi fish swim around your legs. As people move through the room, the projections react and the koi transform into flowers. It's quite difficult to capture properly on camera because the whole experience is happening around your feet. This was probably the point where we really understood why teamLab Planets calls this an immersive experience. The next room has a completely different energy. It's filled with these massive colorful balls that you're actually encouraged to touch and push around. Everyone is walking between them, moving them, and basically behaving like a kid again. There's not much to explain here. You just want to go there and have fun with it. Then everything slows down again. You are surrounded by flowers blooming and moving across the walls and ceiling. And you can actually lie down in the middle of the room and watch everything move around you. We definitely recommend spending a few minutes here instead of just filming it and leaving. It's one of those rooms that's much better when you stop trying to get the perfect shot. After the water area, you put your shoes back on and enter the athletic forest. Now this section is much more playful. There are uneven surfaces, climbing areas, and different interactive installations where you are actually moving through the artwork instead of simply looking at it. One activity we really enjoyed was creating our own drawing. All you need to do is color your design, scan it, and a few seconds later, it appears on this massive digital screen. Then of course, you spend the next few minutes trying to find your own creation moving around. There's also another area with colorful soft surfaces where you have to find your own way across. It's simple but surprisingly a lot of fun. And then you reach one of the sections we were most excited about, the garden area. The first part has these huge reflective silver spheres surrounded by moss. It's a really strange combination of nature, reflections, and these future-looking objects. But the main reason we were excited about this section was the room after it, the floating orchid garden. This is probably one of the most famous rooms at teamLab Planets. Hundreds of real orchids are suspended from above, and as you walk towards them, they slowly rise to create space for you. Then they lower again after you move away. We've seen this room so many times online but it actually feels much more peaceful in person than we expected. And yes, it's probably going to be the room where you take the most photos. So before you go, here are a few things we definitely keep in mind. Wear comfortable clothes. You will be barefoot for part of the experience, walking through water, sitting down, and moving through interactive spaces, so comfort really matters. Avoid skirts or dresses if possible. Several rooms have mirrored floors, so trousers or shorts are definitely the safer and most comfortable option. Be prepared to get wet. In the water area, the water can come up around the knee level, so plan your outfit accordingly. Don't rush just for photos. Some of the best rooms are actually more enjoyable when you stop filming for a bit and just take in the experience. Give yourself enough time. There are quite few sections to explore, and some rooms are worth spending a little longer than moving through quickly. And yes, there's a cafe at the end. So once you're done with the entire experience, you can grab something to eat or drink before heading out. Now let's talk about how to book tickets for teamLab Planet's Tokyo. We booked our tickets through Klook. You simply choose your date, select one of the available time slots, choose the number of tickets, and complete your booking. We'll leave the link in the description below so you can check the latest prices and availability. We'd recommend booking in advance, especially if teamLab Planets is high on your Tokyo list. So if you're visiting Tokyo and want to experience something completely different, we definitely consider adding it to your itinerary. Also, if you are planning your own Japan trip, don't miss part 1 of our Japan blog, where we take you to our incredible 3 days in Tokyo. And don't forget to subscribe to Thrifty Explorers for more travel guides, budget tips, and honest experiences from around the world. Until then, stay safe, stay thrifty, and we'll see you in the next one.